When driving on high-speed expressways, you must make quick judgment decisions using the IPDE process. In this lesson, you'll learn to identify hazards, problem areas, decide how to respond to them, and execute within a moment's notice. Expressways are efficient ways to travel, but they can be dangerous because vehicles travel on them at a high rate of speed. Most expressway entrances have three basic parts: the entrance ramp, which lets you observe traffic conditions before merging; the acceleration lane, where you can get up to the speed of existing traffic; and the merging area, where you can blend safely into the flow of traffic in the outside lane. Let's go over the procedures for entering an expressway. First, never ever back up on an entrance ramp. If you make a mistake, drive to the next exit and get off. Once on the entrance ramp, check traffic around you and on the expressway. Look over your shoulder for a gap in the traffic large enough for your car to fit without crowding another driver. Activate your turn signal and continue checking for an opening. If anyone is ahead of you, be alert for a sudden stop. Your goal, however, is to merge without stopping. Accelerate to the speed of expressway traffic and merge when you have a safe gap. Remember, you must yield the right-of-way to traffic already on the expressway. Once you have merged, cancel your turn signal and adjust your speed to current conditions. Maintain an adequate space cushion to the front, sides, and rear. While driving, scan and search not only for the traffic around you, but also for signs, signals, and road markings. Reading signs ahead of time helps to avoid last-minute decisions. Keep a minimum 3 to 4 second following distance, which applies at any speed. If someone cuts you off, slow down a little to re-establish your space cushion. Of course, you may want to increase your space cushion if you're following a large vehicle like this that obstructs your view, or if you're following a motorcycle. Other times to increase your space cushion are when you drive in bad weather or heavy traffic, if you're pulling a trailer, or if you're being tailgated. Maintain a steady speed, neither slower nor faster than the traffic flow, although you shouldn't exceed the posted limit regardless of what the traffic around you is doing. Large vehicles make it difficult to scan ahead and search effectively. If you decide to pass, first look at the traffic ahead and in the lane you wish to enter. Then check your mirrors and your blind spot. Be especially alert for other drivers who may be heading for the same place as you. Next, signal and accelerate to pass when it's clear. Let's practice by passing this school bus. We'll check traffic in front and behind, check our blind spot and our mirrors, use our turn signal, and gradually move into the adjacent lane. We'll return to the right lane when we can see both headlights of the vehicle we passed in our rearview mirror. Once again, checking our blind spot and our mirrors and using our turn signal. Paying close attention to the IPDE process will also help you when passing on an expressway. If you identify anything that may be an obstacle to your passing safety, do not begin to pass. Always try to pass on the left, although in some states it is legal to pass on the right when a slower driver is in the left lane. If you are in the left or center lane and other vehicles are passing you, you're probably driving too slow for conditions. Change lanes to the right lane. Make sure to check your blind spot and your mirrors and use your turn signal. When you signal to pass another vehicle, you can use the turn indicator by pressing down lightly on the handle without clicking it into place. This prevents you from forgetting to cancel your turn signal. Make sure you leave an adequate space cushion as you pass. Now watch as we pass this vehicle in front of us. We scanned for traffic in our mirrors, checked our blind spot, used our turn signal, and gradually moved over. Notice this white car merging onto the expressway. In order to give this driver enough space to merge safely, we'll wait before we return to the right-hand lane. Once we see both of his headlights in our rearview mirror, we'll scan for traffic in our mirrors, check our blind spot, use our turn signal, and move back into the right lane. Now let's observe an unsafe lane change. Watch the white car ahead in your lane. By changing lanes without warning, the driver of the white car forced the driver behind him to brake. And while the driver who pulled in front of us remembered to use his turn signal, he didn't leave an adequate space cushion for the passing maneuver. At highway speeds, events like these can be dangerous, and they illustrate why you must constantly search and scan the expressway environment. When it's clear, watch as we change lanes to the left. Notice, if we would have checked our blind spot, we would have seen this car converging on the same place we were going. Remember, always check your mirror and your blind spot before you change lanes. As you can see, some drivers don't check their blind spots, so stay alert to traffic on all sides. When it's clear, we'll move back into the right lane. We remember to check our mirrors and our blind spot, use our turn signal, and gradually move over. As you have just seen, lane changes are more difficult in heavy traffic because your ability to respond to changing conditions is severely restricted. If possible, change your highway position when there are fewer vehicles around you. Now we'll prepare to exit the expressway at the next right exit. We'll change lanes to the right, but we won't begin to slow down until we've moved into the deceleration lane. Remember to use your signal and maintain a safe space cushion to the front and rear. The deceleration lane guides you onto the exit ramp, where you should adjust your speed to the posted limit. Some expressways have exits to both the left and right. However, the same safety principles apply to both situations. Be especially alert when exiting from the left because some drivers use this as their passing lane. See what I mean? When it's safe, we'll move into the far left-hand turning lane. Once again, don't forget to use your turn signal when changing lanes. Sometimes you'll find that the same lane is used for both exiting and entering the expressway. When this happens, vehicles will crisscross in and out of the lane. If you are exiting, you should allow the vehicle entering to go ahead of you. If you are entering, however, don't count on the exiting driver being as courteous as you. Always yield until it's safe to proceed. Another unusual aspect of some expressway interchanges, like the one we're currently on, is that they may lead to another highway, which means you'll have the option of entering or exiting the expressway once again. We'll stop here and see what you've learned. Number 1. You're about to enter the traffic stream on an expressway on-ramp. As you look for a gap in traffic, it seems that the driver next to you is blocking your way. What could you have done to avoid this situation? A. Accelerate rapidly as soon as you notice the road hog and cut in front of him. B. Stop on the entrance ramp and wait till he moves out of the way. C. Scan carefully as you entered the roadway and adjusted your speed so the driver created a gap for you so you could merge safely. Or D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Begin searching and scanning as soon as you enter the expressway on-ramp and adjust your speed for a safe merge. Time your entry so you don't have to stop. Number 2. You're driving down the highway in the left-hand lane and a car has passed you on the right. If another car begins to overtake you on the right, what should you do? A. Maintain your speed, allow the car to pass, and then change lanes to the right. B. Speed up and pass him first. C. Hit your brakes and allow the car to pass more quickly. Or D. Honk your horn and communicate with hand signals. The correct answer is A. If you are continually being passed on the right, you should move to slower traffic in the right lane. Number 3. If no cars are present around you on the expressway, it is acceptable to change lanes without using your turn signal. Is the correct answer A, true, or B, false? The correct answer is false. Signal every time you change lanes, regardless if traffic is present or not. Number 4. When traveling at high speeds, it's not as important to maintain space cushions and scan for potential hazards in advance. Do you think the correct answer is true or false? The correct answer is false. It is even more important to maintain your space cushion at higher speeds. You will approach potential hazards more quickly at higher speeds and have less time to respond. Remember, when you're driving on high-speed expressways, it's never safe to drink and drive.